So, today we still have a lot of work to do, but first we need to make enough money to get into August, and then we can work in the daylight again. Welcome back everyone to the Countryside Land. This is episode 51. Yes, last episode we reached the original milestone. Pretty nice. We are a little bit off our other goals though, and to get closer to those we need to make some money. Now our sheep have stopped producing wool because they're out of water, and we also I need to fill this. So basically the plan here is that we are going to sell, I think I'm gonna sell the wool because it's just being produced so fast. I don't think there's anything, actually the lettuce maybe, I didn't check that. Let me see. Alright, here we go. So, lettuce. Honey is not ready yet. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the L. It's right there. Yeah, it's bad, but it's a good price in that sense, and it only costs us water to produce that. Does that make sense? So, let me just give the sheep some water. And yeah, honestly, oh man. Can I even get through the pallets there? You know what? Let me get out of this guy's way so he can continue on with his nighttime drive. And then I will fix this in a little bit of some fun time lapse or something. Alright, now that's done. I don't know how well it turns out in the darkness, you know, but at least that's over with for a while now. They will produce a lot, kind of fast, but a few more months should be fine. Now we don't have. What? We shouldn't forget that we moved past like 3 or 4 months there in one episode a few episodes ago. So that's why it kind of accumulated quicker than I was ready for. Now, I'll just put the rest of the water in here for now, and then I'll put it on refilling. I'll drive the slurry over before we get into August. And then I will take, let me just take a look. Lettuce, that is worth 3,000 at the port. So yeah, if I just take 2 pallets with me to the port on this front loader here, we should be good. I need 6,000 total, so plus the new forage wagon leasing. No, not leasing. Financing. Alright. Let me... yeah, let me just bring... I can probably bring the slurry tank with me in the same trip. That makes sense. So, I'll just take these 2 here. No, don't, not like this. Nope, that was just 1. There you go. That's 2. Now the weight is maybe a problem, but I'm hoping the slurry tank will offset that. Yeah, I will be back with you as soon as I have something to tell you, I guess. And the slurry goes in. Perfect. Now for the lettuce. And here we are again. It's been a while, I think, since we were here last. Now, wasn't this like a problem with the height? So I have to let them slide off. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Oh no. Yeah, that worked. And that is probably... No, it's not enough money. I did add to the financing costs just last episode. Come on, you can do it. There you go. Yeah, that should be definitely enough. Now let me just get back and I will be back with you in the early hours of July. I meant to say August, but here we are, 5:30. Hold on, I just got an achievement. I couldn't read what it was. I'll take a look at that later. Something about milk. Yeah, I decided to do here early as I could, or not as I could. I probably could have done it sooner, but I wanted also to have some daylight out. And the morning sun is about, or yeah, it's in the middle of rising, if that makes sense. Alright, the grass is good. Let me get to the point here. I wanted to take a look at the store just in case, if only we had that money. Alright, John Deere baler. We just branched out from the baler thing. Alright, don't think there's anything here that we can use, actually. No, we're not in the cash flow for that kind of thing. I really should be further on, if like we're in the 50s of episodes. And I really feel like I should have more cash at this time. But anyway, plan now. The reason I wanted to start early is that there is still much to do. Planting, cultivating, mulching, and everything. What I wanted to do first was find my plow, because I'm about to combine some fields. Oh, that's also one thing. I needed the money to move the honey thing. So, can I get this actually? Maybe I'll have to take another trip with the lettuce. I know it's probably worse now, but it's such an easy few thousand euros in the bank. Yeah, okay, this works. I think I'll have to do that. Let's see. You are here. Oh, don't attach again. Because each beehive thing cost 1,500 euros. And yeah, 1,500. And I want to move all three of them. I don't want to lose any of them. And if I sell them now, it's 700 I get back. So actually, I can buy one more now, sell two of them to buy one more, and then I'll sell one. I need the cash. One thing actually I can do though, as the plan was to sell this cow, since it has reproduced now. So I have to get up there as well, either way. Alright, so I will do that first. I'll bring a hay bale with me just because I can, and I'll bring the animal trailer as well. I'll move our oldest meat cow, at least one of them. Hold on, does that mean these are also... Yeah, the Angus and the Limousine are both ready to be sold. Now, given they are... If they were younger, they would be worth more. Also, how long is that? I might sell these guys as well. But yeah, it's... I didn't really think about that, and this is the first time I've actually had cows that aren't milk or dairy cows. So yeah, let me just get over there, sell those two. No, not these two. There you go. Actually, I'll oh yeah, I'll do it like this because that's gonna make it easier to deliver if the tractor wants to work with me. Alright, there you go. Good. I will, yeah, just get up there. Alright, here we are, and here they are. I'm not sure exactly which one of these are our oldest cows. Probably the larger ones, but there are a few of them that are adults, but yeah. I'm not sure how much I actually save or earn more by transporting them myself. I could find out. It's probably a few hundred euros only. Let me see. So let me jump out and take a look. So if this one... No, I have to get the trailer out of the way. Let's do that then. Alright. And if I wanted to sell... Oh no, that's... Oh, it's the opposite. The younger store at the bottom. Ooh, good thing I noticed that. Yeah, there's only 100 euros in fees. I mean, I'm here with the trailer. Why not use it, right? I will move the trailer. Alright. Can I move this one as well? No. Now, I'm not even halfway with the capacity on this pen. It is 25 and we have 11 cows. I just took, I think, the 12th one. But like I said, I kind of want to... The purpose of these cows is to sell them. And that means I want to sell them at their best. And these are only going to go down in price. Hold on, that's not the place. It's up here. Yeah, 2,005. So it's 5,000 we're looking at from these two. That is way enough, if that's even a thing you say. And yeah, I think it's only next month, maybe in the month after that, when our corn is going to be ready on Tiny. So there's no harvest worries at the moment. The real worries are mulching. And I did put the other tractor on, in between clips here, I put the other tractor on mulching midfield that we just named a few episodes back, if not last episode. Now, here's the thing actually, do I sell these then again? Because they're only going to go down in price again. So there's 10 months between these two and you see the price difference. I think I'm going to sell them as well. But is the 100 euros, actually it's going to be 400 euros total, worth the hassle of transporting them? It's not a long distance, and if I had to take one cow at a time across the map, I would never do this. But yeah, it's 6:15 a.m. at the moment. I think we are good, but yeah, I'm nice, yes. I am satisfied that the other tractor is working while I'm doing this, so it's not really a waste of any time at all. Select and sell, thank you. So yeah, we have about 6,500 euros left in the cows remaining. So yeah. So none of the fields I'm going to combine today do need mulching. I did that during the harvest episode. And then we just need to cultivate... Actually no, I don't think any planter crop is going in, if that makes sense. The seeder is a direct seeder, so as long as there's cover crops or grains going in, and canola, then we should be good. Don't need to cultivate at all. I can't remember from the top of my head the plan at the moment. I'll take a look at that. But yeah, there is, I think most of the fields will be seeded or sown. Is that maybe the right term there? Today. Some of them might be waiting for spring. But anyway, any one of them that is waiting for spring will be seeded with a cover crop. So yeah, there's a lot of seeding to get done. So yeah, no. Yeah, I think I'm doing the right thing here with the cows by selling the second oldest cows as well, because now we get the most for them. And these are still going up in price just by the fact that these who are 10 months older are more valuable. But I'll try, if I remember, to keep track of the price of the second oldest cows, or now the oldest cows really, these 3-month olds, because they yeah, no, as soon as they drop in price, I'll mark the age of which they are the best. I don't think the game tells us anywhere. And then I'll base that off that. Just hope that they produce 2 calves in that period of time. If not, then maybe I'll have to put one every other generation to, you know, produce 2 calves. If that makes sense. Otherwise, the pen is always the same population, and that's not really growth. Although, if every cow produces 1 calf before I sell it, then, you know, it's still positive, or it's, you know, it's 0 growth, 0 loss. But yeah. Alright, man, he's almost done. That's good to know. Now I will put the smaller tractor here on any of the mulching, because I wanted to use this larger one for what is it called? The plowing, the combining of the fields. Just in case, you know, I think it is way more powerful. But yeah, this one doesn't have much left. And then there is Hillfield, our newest, no, second to newest acquisition. The grass field is the latest, but it's not going to require much work. Maybe I'll put some fertilizer on it, but yeah. So, and then 89, our satellite field, which I was considering to sell to fund the purchase of 85, but I decided to just sell tomatoes instead. Keep the production high as possible. Now, where did I put the plow? I don't think I have the mod for the cultivator to do this, and also it's nice to use the plow. It's a lot. It's an implement that is overlooked a lot, and it's tedious to use. True, but yeah. So now I don't know if I can plow over the road here, but I should. I would understand if the asphalt road wouldn't allow me to, but alright, it works. It's just weird with the grass texture. Perfect. No, not that. Just lift. Thank you. Now let me... Yeah, I think that is going to be the curve here. Actually, I might... No, it's fine. It's details, you know. Now here there's a kind of a problem. I had envisioned to go through here, hug the tree line, and enlarge it this way. But because of the border, I'll have to just take it, yeah, maybe straight from here. It's gonna be hard without the border, but yeah, expand it. Yeah, I'll just try to go for the middle of this grass patch here, and not outside of that. That should be fine. And then we have to just fill in the blanks, essentially. I don't know what I can do with the grass. I can't remember. It was early episodes, episode 3, I think, that I was actually doing that. Okay, so it was that patch of grass there. I know that's not really helpful without me pointing it out somewhere, but I think it is here. Good. Now, I do recall that I did use something like this to paint over the grass, but I do think also it goes away when I plant into it. So I'll probably just, you know, bite the bullet and let it stay like this and hope that it doesn't confuse me too much. But now I have to fix that part here. Alright. Now I wanted to do this first before I would move the honey thing, because I want to know where I can put them. So let me, because I have the cast at the moment, it's in animals, yeah. I will place the new ones down first. I was thinking of putting one here. Maybe I can put 2 here, but I'll start with the 1. Also, I can put them here now. I didn't think of that. I'm not going to be using this to turn around anymore. Or not, at least Not as much. Why can't I do this? Oh, okay. One here. And then I was thinking of putting one along the line here. I don't know how... If there's a radius from the point of this, or if it's just the whole field that gets a benefit, but I feel like this should be good. And there's a lot of turning around on these. I can put one here, I guess. I have been using this a little bit to store equipment, but that is 3 ones down, right? Alright. And honestly, I'll just use this here because... Oh, come on, can you not do that? Is there a thing on the grass here? Yeah, there's something weird happening there, but... Alright. That is it. And now I can sell these ones. I think I added one more here. Place down 4 and take away 3, but that is progress, I would call it. Alright, now for the great combining of fields, right? Alright, let me do that on a time lapse, I think. It's not going to be a long time lapse unless I combine it with some other field work, but you will definitely see. Alright, now that is the field combined. Let's take a look at... You probably saw it on the minimap, but I'll take a look at it here. Oh, whoa, what a mess. There you go. Now, yeah, this didn't... Why doesn't it register for that it has anything there? Or was it... Yeah, weird. And also this. Interesting. Okay, never mind. But the plan is, let me see. We had canola on field 32, right? 31. Keep mixing them up. 31, that was going from canola, and that is going into sorghum. And field 32 was coming off... was it wheat? Last fruit wheat, yeah. That means that it's going into oilseed, into sunflowers, but since they are combined, they are gonna get one of them only. And I'm gonna have to make a new one. 33. That is coming off oats, was it? I cannot remember this. Not rice. Wheat as well. Alright. So it's going into oats. So I basically can just make up something here. All we need to know is, I think it's going to be best for me to add a crop rotation and call it, I'm going to call the new field big field, because that makes sense. Big field, there you go, accept, big field. So, it is, let me just say it's going into Oilseed Radish. I want to keep like 4 rotations on. So, wait. I do need that grain production. And also, yeah, we realized oat is the big thing, and that that fits well with the time of year. Oilseed radish now, and then oats in the spring. Now, if we go from oats straight into wheat or barley or canola, which should be very good. corn is pretty good as well. Yeah, what if we go into canola, and then we do oilseed radish again, and we do oats? It would be better if we didn't do that. So let me see, canola would be harvested in, oats would be March and harvested in July, so canola would be planted in August and harvested in July. That gives us 2 months actually to get into the other thing. So if we should just say barley without cover crop or catch crop, that's 120. But if we do oilseed radish and do oats again, that's 105. So that's worse. So let's do barley, I think. And that means we are ready for that in if we did that in September, we would be ready in June. That gives us a window for nothing much other than oilseed radish and clover or carrots or something, but I'm not gonna do carrots on this big field with our setup. That small one from a few episodes back is more than enough. So let me do that, and ooh, that's kind of good, but the oilseed radish is gonna delay us a year there. Oh, the oats. Yeah, I'm just switching. Either these oats are 90 or these are, but that's not good then. Corn. That might be very good. Barley would be July, then cover crop that until corn is April and then October, and that would mean when we get to oats, that is October, we still have, that's the last month of the oilseed radish, and then we get into, yeah, this is a good closed loop, and I'm happy with that. So I can delete 31, actually all of them. Yes, 31 is out. 32 as well is out. And 33, just to double check, that is this field. Alright, that's out as well. Good. Now we have simplified our system a little bit, and we are having every other year here, we are getting, or actually not, every third year. So flour production, canola is a good cash crop. Actually now if you look at the percentage, if I did corn, everything would be way better. Or soybeans. Let me just scroll through here. Sugarcane, cotton, sorghum, grapes. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, wheat. Actually, if this just became our almost... Does that make sense though? So we're going... Yeah, I need to finish the words. This just... If this becomes our flour production thing, that means oats and then wheat without catch crop. Yeah, oats are harvested in these months, and then wheat would be in these months, and that would be harvested again in this month, and then we can't have cover crop there. Makes sense. And barley again, that makes sense because it's these months harvested there. Then we would cover crop that for corn. And going from corn, harvested in November. Yeah, good. Corn would be in November. And... or late November. We would have to get it in April to get the cover crop in, but that is not really the biggest concern, you know. But yeah, at this rate, we are over 115% in any spot, and that is perfect. Can I? No, I can't move them up. I want to have it at the top there, but... Alright. Good. Now I just need to get planting, And that is oilseed radish that needs to go in. That is gonna be a hell of an thing. An episode, no, a time-lapse. He's almost done up there, good. Very happy to just keep him occupied with mulching. And then I'll have to take a look at, so let's just do it now. So midfield, 89, 81. That is coming off. I can't remember. It disappears from there somehow. Okay, it's coming off oats. So that is going into wheat immediately, if I can. No, that's next month. Good to know. And then Hillfield. I probably could have done this off camera. That was corn, and now it was oats, and now it's going to oilseed radish. Good. I think so, at least. Yeah, from corn to oat. Nice. And then we have 89 up here. That was barley, I know that. And then it's going into wheat again. Good. So only cover crop we need actually is it's here. 84. Oh, straight us in the corn again. Yeah. Alright, so it's the big field and hill field that need our cover crop in. So I'll just get all of that done in one go. Might be a 2 to 3 minute time lapse because our seeder isn't that large or fast, but I'm hoping having one large field is going to save us a lot of time. At least it's going to save us a lot of effort. And I don't know if that is enough seed, but it should be fine. Alright. Now I have been going here for 25 minutes or so. We're just about done with the ups and downs. And that means, yeah, this is a time tedious or time demanding field now. I do think it is quicker though, compared. There is, and it's also larger. The area we have used to combine them, it's a little bit added to the field, but because there are longer lines to go up and down, there is fewer minutes spent turning around, essentially. So I do think overall this is going to save us a little bit on time. Also, it's going to clear up our schedule way more because there's only one field to think of instead of 3. Now we do have kind of small equipment for this size of field, I would say. If we had a twice as long or wide seeder, 3 times as strong a tractor, everything would be way quicker. But that wasn't really never part of my plan. You start the map with a lot of this equipment, but it's just so very expensive. And I think I'm playing on easy difficulty even. But that's also, I've been kind of hampering myself on purpose with, not as many greenhouses as I could have. I could have used the apple production, juice production thing way more. Could do more contracts. There's actually like a way that you can borrow items for the contracts, have a worker work on it and just pocket the difference, so you don't really add too much work on your own behalf other than driving between contract fields. But I could have gotten some extra 1,000 or tens of thousands probably per year if I did that. But I think we are getting, this is pretty good, I would say. We have a lot of money inside the assets instead of directly producing from them. And now I think the next thing I'm gonna buy is the spinnery, and that should be as quick as possible, but I don't know if it's gonna be in time. The wool is stockpiling so much that we need a way to produce it into fabric as fast as we can. I need 180,000 more, and yeah, that is 170,000 euros away at the moment. But like I said, every year that passes, we are producing more. I cannot even begin to calculate or fathom how much money is in the bread that is still being produced, I think. Let me take a look at that. I think we've seen enough of that up and down for a while. Grain mill. Alright, it still has something to get through, and this still has something, and that means the bakery is still producing a lot. Beautiful. It has even stockpiled some bread. So everything we have in the street at the moment, that's just like part of it. Alright, last up and down. I do think we're gonna have enough seeds, it appears. I think we started with 170,000 or liters, sorry. So we are not even halfway through them, and we have done the bulk of the part. Now, as you might have noticed, I did leave a strip here. That was because I was thinking of using it. Yeah, I'm gonna use it. I was thinking of using it as like, when I finish that, I'm gonna start going the round and round, if that makes sense. So I'll just do that now. Okay, that was bad. I didn't even... I gave it too short of a run up here to fix its lining. Well, yes, whatever. So, I think I'll just do a short little time lapse here again until this whole field is finished. Alright. Now that was another 20 minutes for me. Thank God for time lapses. I think, yeah, there's one headland left. It might be literally 5 to 6 minutes real time. I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, we are really getting close to the end of the episode though, so I don't know if there's going to be much more that I'll do today. I do have the worker on rolling because, yeah, I just have to leverage my time as much as I can. It's not viable. I think I've put more than an hour into just this field today, and yeah, I don't want to put 2 to 3 hours into it every time. So yeah, now the plan forward is to plant wheat next episode, definitely next month, in 89 and 81, and also oilseed radish into 84 Hillfield. Now that might have to wait also until next episode, so I won't start in September there because I think August, or actually maybe there's no difference there. Maybe I can put oilseed radish into the ground in August, no, in September. Actually, while I'm doing this long work here, let me take a look at that. Price, no, not prices. It's this, and oilseed radish is, oh yeah, that's until September, October. So yeah, I might start next episode in September. Our money would allow that, if that makes sense. And then I think our animals would too. I just filled these guys with hay and the sheep with water. Yeah. And these guys do have total mixed rations for a few more months, and they are also very good. Yeah. So I think that's going to be the case. Next episode will start in September. Back on that sort of almost regular 1 month per episode schedule, but yeah. I don't know about the harvest of this later on. We do have to seed this one more time before we get to harvest. So there's maybe a year until we harvest this. In-game, of course. Yeah, we're down 100 liters of seed just in this one. That is miraculous, actually. Just imagine the... Oh man, I just thought of the straw now. Well, it's all good. It's all money in our pockets, or in our assets, and then from that into our pockets later on. Let's see there. Alright. Yeah, the problem really with our cash flow is that it's kind of dormant most of the year, and then we have a lot of influx and income in the winter times. So we have, there's not like this monthly income sort of situation. So it's kind of difficult to consistently progress. But, we're not liquid, but we are kind of, well, we are well off. It's just we have to wait for winter months to actually see any of our rewards. And then, into April with fabric. Now the dream, of course, would be to get the tailor shop as well and just sell clothes, but that would require another 200 or so euros, so unless we get like 400,000 euros in this winter, we probably won't be getting both. Alright, beautiful and amazing. I will drive this up to the field where I need it next, and he is almost halfway through the rolling. Now, I do think he does, yeah, you can see there, he does only 2 rounds of the headlands, while I did 5, I think, now. So there's a few spots where I'll have to go over again to roll perfectly. But yeah. Alright, now this little field here, since we have this sorry, since we have this grass field here, this might become permanent root crop field. Because this is going to be a permanent grass field. I'm not even going to bother with clovers, I don't think. Let me get, you know, towards the end of this episode here. We're probably into the 50 minutes by now, but yeah, I want to go fetch some of the fertilizer that we produced from last month. Let me then also change the thing to nitrogen, yeah. I'm not sure how much there is. I hope it's gonna be enough. Also, did I buy... Actually, I'll do this later. I shouldn't do this while I'm driving. I was wondering if I bought the soil information on the newest field, which I don't think I did. Here are our goats. They are happy and in production of goat milk. Now, what did I buy? 4 or so? Not a lot. Okay, that's not aligned. But yeah, they are. I will very quickly, you know, receive sort of dividends for that in, or return on investment, or sort of for that investment. Now let me see. Did I do that? Yeah, I don't think I did. 500 there. All right. pH is decent, I think. Nitrogen is non-existent, so it's gonna be a very nitrogen heavy. But I do think 2,700 is enough. It's a white spreader, and everything is all good, I think. So yeah. 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 Like on the topic of like this is the episode 51. I've been counting them up a little bit in the last previous episodes, but our goals for the series, one day I'm gonna finish the series, but I want to reach a few goals before that, and one of them is buying up all the surrounding fields, and the remaining fields are this one to our right here, to 83, and this large one across the street there, and the large one behind our new big field. I think those are the only ones left, but they are also just as expensive as any production, I would think. So yeah. Oh god. Is it the other side? I think it is the other side. Whoops. Oh no. Yeah. Another goal that's sort of kind of... When I wrote it down, I wasn't sure if I would ever actually go for it, and that is the canning production. If I want to go for it at all, I think I do have to start with a small one. But that's only cost us that's going to cost us about 36,000 or so. Oh no, sorry. Yeah. So there we go. Yeah, it's going to cost us about 6,000, sorry, in building that. The one in town is going to cost us way more. It's gonna cost us about 200 to 300, I think. But that's why I want to do the spinnery, because I think that is gonna pay for itself fast enough. The dairy is something I could buy as well to increase the the yield of our, or the monetary yield of our milks, both goats and cow milk and buffalo milk. Now I don't produce enough buffalo milk truly to actually produce some mozzarella, I think it is. Can't remember, but yeah. It's not enough to produce, you know, it's a very slow one on there, so I might not go for that yet. But yeah, you can see this field isn't taking a lot of nitrogen actually. Doesn't need so much. But apparently our small field there needs one. Just about tell the darker shades in between the grass tufts here. Yeah. But yeah, I think those are basic, and also having 500,000 in the bank, but that is really a goal that we just go for it towards the end, I think. Because it's no use in reaching that threshold and then just trying to keep above that and not investing, you know, into more productions. But I think it's gonna snowball fast from now on. We might honestly be 2 to maybe 3 winters away from completing all of our goals. But yes, alright, now. Okay, I need to turn this off so that I can drive at good speeds. I'm not gonna bother at all with fertilizing the oilseed radish. That's, you know, we're not focused on the yield there. Is that gonna be safe? Sure. He decided to be there. Alright, let's take a few passes here. Don't think there's gonna be a lot that goes in here. Yeah, it's only this red part that needs some attention. At any rate, though, I wanted to thank you very much for watching. We do have some ways to go yet, and that is just gonna be fun and more fun after that, I think. I hope that you enjoyed and that you join next time when we continue this planting in September, or seeding, and something else that we'll probably get up to. Remember to like and subscribe on your way out, and take care. Goodbye.